Hello, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley. This is Plants by Destiny, where I teach you how to take care of plants. Today we are going to be repotting some plants into these Lechuza self-watering pots. I recommend alocasia or prayer plants in these. This is an alocasia, aura, stingray. How gorgeous that leaf is. And she's about to give me a new leaf. She was not too happy during the remodeling because she was out in my hallway on the shelf or on the cabinet for way too long. And so she wasn't getting the light that she needed. So she doesn't look that bad now, but she was down to like 2 leaves. These self-watering pots. It's only like halfway down. The pot goes down about right here. And you put the pond in the very bottom of it. Some people do alocasia straight in pond. I usually don't, but I do have one that's in straight pond. I might keep in pond because it's been in pond since I've gotten it, like 2 years, and so I pick something good. So I dump the pond in the very bottom. After that, I'm going to use chunky soil. For my alocasias, I recommend highlight for most of them, especially if they're variegated. They will lose that variegation if you do not give them the light they need. And they're heavy feeders. Feed them babies. And there's a little baby in this one. Oh, this looks like it's in a lot of perlite, and oh my gosh, there's so many babies. There's this baby in here on the side I'm going to pull out. Then there's 2 babies over here on the side. I don't know if you can see them. There's one baby. There's 2 babies. Usually don't pull them unless the corm is sticking out of the top or until it sprouts a leaf. But you can see these have sprouted leaves. They're just stuck in so far down in the pot. Here's another one that has 2 little leaves. I do not go corm hunting though. Jeez, you wonder why your alocasias drop all of its leaves, and it's so mad after you repot. Well, you've touched it in every single place it has. Played with its roots and dug through it. I try not to touch the roots at all and leave them alone. We'll give you corms. And we'll get babies when it's time for you to get babies. A lot of times people will dig for corms and get corm babies, and then after that, the mom's dying, and they're hoping they keep one of the corms alive. And it's like, if you would have just been a little bit more patient, which trust me, I'm not the most patient person. Plants have taught me patience. But yes, be a little more patient. Wait till the corms are ready. Stop playing with their roots. Playing with their lives like that. You know they're emotional. Can't handle you playing with them. A lot of times we'll add more coco coir or worm castings to my alocasia, but because these are going in self-watering pots, I'm not worried about it. They will stay plenty wet in these self-watering pots. I'm so excited to use these. They're so nice. And the one I got from Hobby Lobby, that huge pot that's like 4 feet tall, it matches these two pots perfectly. It's like the exact same color. And trust me, with all my pots, that's one thing. They do not all match. And I sometimes hate it, but I try to get matching ones when I can. One day I'll have all matching pots. All right. And water this from the top the first couple times you water. Here, let me back up so you can see it. This plant definitely deserves a nice pot. Let's scoop forward. Wipe it off. All right. Today I'm going to be repotting this regal shield. Which, I mean, her leaves look great, but she keeps losing leaves because she needs to be repotted. I just bent this leaf too. But my regal shields. And I'm going to repot her into this pot. And I'm going to use my chunky soil. I sometimes add more Coco core or worm castings into it for alocasia or prayer plants, caletas, marantas, or begonias. But because this pot is so big and it's not a nursery pot, like it's a little thicker pot, she will be quite fine. I think she will be able to stay wet enough and be happy. Also gonna put some Grow Queen plant food in here. Alocasias are heavy feeders. Feed those babies. Little packets. Mix it around a little bit. Stuck to the bottom. Look at those good old healthy roots. Felt like she just couldn't get enough water in this pot too. It would drain to the bottom. Sometimes these pots with a little drainage at the bottom. The drainage tray right here. Those are not good for plants that like to stay a little wet. Because you can't bottom water them. I use chunky soil, so I like the bottom, or I top water my plants, but then the soil, the water that's in the tray, I let it stay in the tray till the next day, and the next day it's gone. So it bottom waters that water back up throughout the night because the soil is so chunky that when you first water, it goes kind of almost straight through it. But my whole life, before I got into my 30s, I thought that I couldn't have plants because every single thing I ever had, I killed. Like, and I didn't try that many plants, but I would get a plant every once in a while from the store and I would kill it so damn fast. So I just thought I wasn't meant to have plants. Thought I had a black thumb, and that was the end of it. But look at me now. That's why I tell people, they say they can't grow plants or they have a black thumb. There's no such thing. If you want it bad enough, you go for it and you do research until you figure that shit out. And you try, trial and error. Don't give up. You have to kill plants to learn how to keep them alive. Right? So, my main issue my whole life was overwatering. So that's why I like really chunky soil. It's almost about time to make some more soil too. So we can do that. I'm hoping. I know I probably should have picked corms off it too, but I don't really need no corms from this baby. I have a variegated regal shield baby. Now that baby I'd like some corms from. This pot is also cracked on the side. I had a plant in it. And I cracked it when I got the plant out. But here we are. My Alocasia regal shield. Now I'm going to leave this leaf on here, the dying leaf, because I just repotted it. So you already might have a little bit of stress from that. So it's best to let that dying leaf take the stress. So none of the other leaves will die off from this repot. I usually don't have issues with repotting. Just don't mess with the roots. When you see me, when I took it out of the other pot, I put it straight in here. I didn't loosen the roots and play with it or try to get all the dirt. No. Don't do none of that. That's why it dies after you repot it. So, and I already watered this all night before I repotted, so I won't water it now. I'll just put it up on the shelf. Well, if I can get it back there on the shelf. It was back there in the corner. I might have to find a new home for it. But thank you for joining me with repotting my Alocasia Regal Shield. And happy gardening. Hope to see you again. Bye.